Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of News in Motion. Today is Thursday, November 2nd, 2023. Yes, we are in the new month of November, um, and it is cold outside. So be sure that you are bundling up as you're on your way to work, the grocery store, the gym, wherever you're doing. Or if you have the day off, make sure you're bundling up by the campfire and staying warm. But we are in the new month of 3rd of November, and it is Thursday, November 2nd, 2023. You are tuning in live here at 7:25 a.m. to News in Motion, your news outlet with relevant commentary and call to action news. If this is your first time joining us, we just want to say thank you for your support. Thank you for tuning in. And be sure to stick around. We have a lot of fun on Thursdays, and Thursdays are our more relaxed shows. I like to call them our Throwback Thursday shows because sometimes we talk about stuff from the 90s, different eras. We just like to have a little bit of fun here on Thursdays. But whether you're tuning in through audio and podcast, Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, we just want to say good morning to you. Good morning, Miss Marion Jackson and Miss Adrian. Y'all are usually running up in here at like the crack of dawn before the show even starts on YouTube. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to Miss Deborah Sneed tuning in through Facebook. Good morning, Miss Jackie. Also tuning in through YouTube. Good morning, Miss Yvonne Gardner, tuning in through YouTube. And good morning, Miss Deborah Johnson. Yes, it is cold outside. I had to stop by Starbucks and give me a little hot cocoa. And I usually do that until next month. And good morning, Miss Victoria Murray, tuning in through LinkedIn. So, without further delay, y'all know what we do over here. Let's get ready for some news in motion.
News in motion.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. What's happening, everyone? I see Yvonne and Deborah and Victoria and Shirley Nicholson coming in from YouTube. I see you, Shardinia. Good morning to you. I see my cousin popped up in here too, Terry Davis. Good morning to all of you on this Thursday morning. And it's cold out here, y'all. It is cold out here. It is cold. But nevertheless, here we are doing what we do, and I love it. Yes, I got my vote mug today. Sure do. Y'all got. You can find this on GailDudley.com. You can. That helps support the work that we're doing. Lori Wallace, good morning to you as well. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, Deborah, it is cold out here. I think they said it was 29 degrees. I see my brother rolling up in here too. Good morning to you. All right, y'all, we have some news, but we're going to have fun. We're going to have fun. I told you, I warned you yesterday that we was going to take the lighter side today. We still have some news, but we have some light things we're going to talk about as well. My brother says, I'm back. Good morning, my sister and friends. Y'all, he's so committed. This is my biological brother. He's so committed. He will text me, Gail, I missed hearing you today, but I'll be back live tomorrow, or I listened to the replay. So I love my brother, I love my family, actually. So good morning, Regina Shorts. Good morning to you. For all of you who said you were willing and interested in investing, check your email. I should have sent you an email by now. If not, please, please, please put your email in my private message, in my DM, not on the chat, so that I can send you that email. We would love for you to come alongside of us and partners so that we can do what we do. Adrian said, yes, in Ohio, in Columbus, it's a miserable 29 degrees. That's what I thought it was. I was like, wowza. All right, y'all. To start the show off today, because I told you I was going to be a light day. What's up, Davia? What's up, girlfriend? To start the show off today, I want you to write in the chat, if you're on podcast or driving, not for you, but your favorite holiday drink, hot or cold. Mine is the pomegranate mimosa. I just love that thing. I love it. And then Davia hooked me on to something else, y'all. On a apple cider mimosa. I listen. And she's so detailed about this. She can put a cinnamon stick in it, okay? And then put some apple dipped in some caramel around the rim. Listen, there's nothing like it. So I've been trying to find some of that. I tried to make one last week. It didn't turn out real well. But anyway, so those are mine. Pomegranate mimosa, and then the apple cider mimosa that Davia hooked me on to. And then my hot drink would be the caramel brulee latte. And Fred Jones, if you're on here, Starbucks in it brings them out today. But I forgot I was on a 21-day sugar fast that started yesterday. And I have to go to, I think it's the 21st. So it'll be right before the Thanksgiving holiday. So I'll have to wait till the day before Thanksgiving to get me one. So there's that. And I see Stephanie Burbridge coming in here. I see Dr. Antoinette coming in here. I see Kim Edmondson. She says, good morning. I'm driving, but listening. And yeah, keep your eyes on the road. I see Donita coming in here. Dr. Antoinette said, hot apple cider with cinnamon. Listen, it's the bomb. It's the bomb. All right, y'all. We had a few record. We first have an email I want to read to you all, and then we have really 5 people who left us a recording yesterday, and I'm gonna read 3 of their questions. This is the way our Thursday is going to go. We have news, so hold on. Email from a viewer. She said, expressing gratitude and offering support for your dedication. That was in the subject line. She says, Dear Gail Dudley, I wanted to take a moment to express my heartfelt appreciation for your unwavering commitment as the host of News in Motion. Your dedication to delivering news and information is truly remarkable, and your presence on the show has been a positive impact on countless viewers like myself. If there are ever opportunities for me to volunteer and support your work, please know that I am eager and willing to contribute in any way that I can. Thank you for your outstanding work and the difference you make in the world of broadcasting. Sincerely, Cameron, and then they signed it, they, them. So thank you, Cameron. Thank you for that email. It did brighten my day yesterday. Yeah, y'all keep filling it with y'all's drinks. And then a few of you called in and left questions. I thought this was interesting. So Isaiah and I were talking about this. I said, I'll answer a few of them. So this one's from Tony, a varsity high school cheerleader. Tony with an I. What inspired you to pursue a career in broadcasting and specifically as the host of News in Motion? I am considering attending a university in this field. And then Tony says, oh, would you mentor me? Let me answer that part first. We can talk about it and see what all you're looking for, if this is something for your community service hours and then what that would look like. So that's the first part of the answer. And then what inspired me? I love politics. I love news. And I realized so many people, when I'm watching the news, I'm like, okay, you left off half the rest of the conversation. And I thought, what a way to come on a digital news show and give this kind of information. So happened, it kicked off June 2020 in the height of the pandemic, and it just has continued. But I absolutely love this. I'm always giving information even before the actual broadcast. So that's what drew me to it. I'm here. I love it. I'm excited about it. So hopefully that helped you. Then we have one from Keisha McRoy, a stay-at-home mom, who says, I don't know what it is with y'all in my hair, but said, your hair always looks so fabulous on screen, especially since you've allowed it to go natural. Can you share some of your beauty and hair care tips for your viewers? I'm going to make this real short. As many of you know, I'm here in Central Ohio, and I happened upon, and Deborah Johnson can tell you this story as well, a young lady by the name of Destiny at Evan Joseph Salon in the Short North area. And that's on High Street in Short North area. Now, Destiny, if you're listening, if all these people start taking my spot, I'm going to be real mad. So you carve my time out. But here's the truth. You only go 4 times a year. They only specialize in curly hair, in natural hair. That's all they do. And there's one here, and then Evan, his name is Evan Joseph. He also has one in San Francisco as well. So if many of you know, I'm on this 2-week thing of no washing it. That's driving me crazy, but I'm making it. And I'm now understanding why they say not to wash it for every 2 weeks. But it has been a year since it has been curly. My hair is really long, y'all. I combed it out one day after I washed it. It's like down my back. That's how long it is. So the curls take it and pull it up. but I wash it. Sometimes I co-wash, and co-wash means I wash it with conditioner, not with shampoo. And then I use a foam for volume, just a little bit like a dime size, and then I use this curl activator, which is a dime size as well. I leave it in there, I let it go wet, or I go under a dryer, which I hate that part, so I let it go wet. Now that it's getting colder, I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. And then you don't really tie it down or anything. I just let it go. And so someone asked me last week, do you ever have a bad hair day now? No, I don't. So I just let it go. And the longer it goes, the curlier and more volume comes out of it. So now I understand that 2 week thing. So that's that. And then I have one more question. I see you, Kim Neal. I see you, Donita. I have one more question from a girl dad. And they said, and this was their voicemail. I wanted to type this up exactly how they said it. They said, hey, this is a girl dad here just trying to make it. And then he said, hosting a news show can be demanding. How do you find joy and balance in your personal life while managing your professional commitments? That's a great question, girl dad. It took me this past summer. I'm not for sure if you're a new listener or not, or viewer. It took me over the summer where I took a break because I was facing burnout and I was not balancing well. All I was doing was talking news, researching news, living news, and I had to back away because that was about to bury me. Okay. I'm now in a place of freedom where I decide how much I share, how much I research, what I'm going to do, when I'm going to do it. So the balance has been a fight for me until this third year mark, and I kind of like evolved or blossomed into what it is that I'm doing. So my joy and balance, I'm always laughing. My friends will tell you that I always find joy. Most times I have a mimosa, yes, and I don't make apologies for that. My personal life, I've decided that I have to cut things off. So when I'm traveling or visiting family, I'm not looking at the news. When we have date night, my husband and I have date night every Friday night. We've done that from day one, and we're going to celebrate our 33rd year marriage the end of this month. So phones go down. I'm not dealing with that. I'm more enjoying my family. I hung out with my siblings on Sunday. Not looking at news, not talking news, and even they were shocked. So that's how I find balance. But you have to do what you love, and in that, what in what you love, find the balance there. Find the balance. Lori says, when you find how to balance it all, share it with me. Listen, you just have to say no. You have to have the gift of saying no. All right, y'all. Shout out to Hester Jackson. Hester is speaking at a conference in Dallas. I believe it's today and tomorrow. So let's pray for her. She's one of our regular viewers and supporters. Hester Johnson is serious about owning a hotel. She is serious about owning a hotel. Y'all, she has been on that journey for a moment there. She shared it with us. She shared it on a podcast with me. She's been on here live on News in Motion. Y'all, let's back her up. And she's open. If you want to learn how to do this, reach out to Hester. But y'all, let's send Hester our prayers today. She is a speaker today at a major conference. So let's lift her up. Dr. Antoinette says, I was thinking about this, about the decision regarding not being able to, okay, y'all know I can't. Isaiah, pull that one up, Dr. Antoinette, because I need to get some new glasses or something, or wear the ones that I have. A decision regarding not being able to block lies from being posted to the pages of people in public service. Is that so the former guy and his people can verbally attack judges, jurors, or others who refuse to bow to his whims and affirm their lies? That's a great question. Hey, happy Thursday, Dr. Latrice. All right, y'all. So let me keep going. Y'all, the Texas Rangers won the Baseball World Series. I don't know about you all, but I forgot that even existed. Okay. Last night, beating the Arizona Diamondbacks by a score of 5-0 to close out the series in 5 games. So I guess they won all 5 games. So there's that. Real quick, Isaiah's going to come in here and give us the rundown of college football, the schedule, and then I'll be right back with some more news and some more fun. All right, come on in here, Isaiah. Take it away.
All right, y'all. I gotta be real quick. I gotta be quick about this. Good morning. But yes, for our college football rundowns, all these games are happening on Saturday, November 4th, and they happen at a different time. So at 12 o'clock, we have Ohio State taking on Rutgers. That's at 12 o'clock. We have Kansas State taking on Texas at 12 o'clock. We have Texas A&M taking on Mississippi, Connecticut taking on Tennessee, Notre Dame taking on Clemson, Arizona versus Utah, the Army taking on the Air Force in the Battle of the Militaries, Louisville taking on Virginia Tech, James Madison taking on Georgia State, Tulane taking on East Carolina, Pittsburgh taking on Florida State, Penn State taking on Maryland, Oklahoma taking on Oklahoma State in the battle of which team is superior in the state of Oklahoma. Try to say that 5 times fast. But moving on, we also have Georgia Bulldogs taking on Missouri, Oregon taking on California, Iowa State taking on Kansas, Washington taking on USC, Purdue taking on Go Blue as they taking on Michigan, LSU going against Alabama, Oregon State taking on Colorado, and UCLA going against Arizona. So that was your college football rundowns. Let us know which team you're going to be rooting for. I got to get back and get ready for these kids to arrive. I'm going to send it back to Miss Gail Dudley for more news. Happy Thursday, y'all. Love y'all. Y'all be easy.
Thank you so much, Isaiah. Thank you. I see Latrice Jones, proud of her boy. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, sister. I don't blame you. What's up, Robert Holman? And what's up, Elizabeth Towns? Y'all coming up in here. All right, y'all, in the news, NBC News is reporting that hundreds of foreign passport holders and groups of severely injured Palestinians were allowed to cross into Egypt yesterday. And these are the first civilians to leave the Gaza Strip during a 3-week conflict. Also, y'all, U.S. officials suggest that as many as 600 American citizens remain in Gaza, some of whom were among those allowed to exit with the initial group. So that is happening. Yes, me too, Latrice. I'm still rooting for Coach Prime in Colorado. Now I know Ohio State made it #1, and people have been dogging me like, we don't see you talking about Ohio State. I told you I was not feeling Ohio State, but I'm starting to feel them again, just a little bit. I'm going to a game, y'all. I'm going to a game. First time ever will I be in the shoe for a football game. That's November the 18th, 19th, something like that. And I'm so excited. Somebody invited me, and I'm like, yes. So I'm going. It's probably going to be cold as I don't know what, but I don't care. I'm just so pumped to have been invited and actually go. That'll be my first time in the shoe for an Ohio State football game. I'm just overly joyed. All right, y'all. AP is reporting that Republican senators are like, they're done. They're done with Senator Tommy Tuberville. They're just done. He's continuously blocking. Y'all know yesterday he was like, okay, let's talk about it. But then he went back to blocking almost 400 military officers. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Now he's taken over the Senate floor and for more than 4 hours to call for individual confirmation votes after a month-long stalemate. But he's still like, no. So let me tell y'all what his real problem is. Let me tell y'all. Here's his reasoning. I want y'all to listen. I've got to read it directly from the Associated Press. Despite several high-level vacancies and the growing backlog of nominations, Tuberville has said he will continue to hold the nominees up unless the Pentagon ends or puts a vote to Congress the following. Its new policy of paying for travel when a service member has to go out of state to get an abortion or other reproductive care. He wants to stop to that. He's like, nope, and until y'all change that policy, I'm not vote. I'm gonna hold up every vote that's coming in. That's what he says. Yeah, I'm with you, Latrice Jones. He needs to have several seats. So this is his reasoning. Nope, I'm not voting for anything. Yeah, this is what happens. There's a good thing to a slim majority, and then there's a negative thing like this to a slim majority. So the general I shared with y'all yesterday, Eric Smith, he's in the hospital from having a heart attack. There's no second in command because Tuberville has blocked all nominations. Y'all better watch how you vote. All right, y'all. All eyes are on Ohio. I live here, and I actually went to go early vote. I'm in Delaware County, and I actually went to go early vote. And something told me before I left to go early vote that I had to remember where I live. It is what it is. And that I probably should take somebody with me who also lives in Delaware so we can go vote together. So I'm not by myself. Well, I drove because it's out there. So I drove all the way there, and all of the people on the corners, and these were you have to be so many feet from the polling place. There was so much, and it was so they were grouped in these huge groups, and you could tell that something was brewing. I said, nope, not doing this. I came back home. So I'm gonna vote on Tuesday. I'm gonna vote on Tuesday. But man, it's gonna be interesting how they control different places come Tuesday. They said, but millions of people are coming out voting early already, which is great. But for me, I said, no, I gotta come back. Davey, I should have called you to see if you have voted already. But anyway, AP reports the proposed amendment would give Ohio residents the right to make their own reproductive decisions. Y'all, this is called issue one. Supporters say that since the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade last year, the proposal would restore a common sense abortion protection most Ohio voters can support. Now, the Associated Press VoteCast polling last year found that 59% of Ohio voters say abortion should generally be legal. Now, opponents, however, argue the amendment referred to as issue one would do far more than that. They are particularly concerned about the legal ramifications of the measure's health exemptions, its open-ended definition on reproductive health care, and how to protect its rights of individuals rather than women or adults. Now, these ads, and I've seen a lot of ads, and I have to be honest with you all. Not telling you how I vote because that's one issue I stay away from publicly. But I've seen some ads and I sit back and I say to myself, that is not true. And I'll go and research it myself. And I just wonder, why do we have to go? And this, I'm talking both sides of the aisle. Why we have to go so far out and spin it and do a backflip and bring it back and it's not the same. It's like, everyone, do the research for yourself. I cannot stress that enough. Do the research for yourself. Most, I would say 90% of the ads that I am seeing on television about this issue, people are just really stretching that truth. It's like, that ain't true. And I don't know why there's a need to do that. Just tell the truth and allow people to make their decision. Isn't that the easiest thing to do? Just be honest with me. Just be honest with me. And let me make the decision that I want to make based on the facts and not something you decided to write and add to it. So I just wanted to say that. So speaking of November the 7th, it is the day, that's voting day, that is Tuesday. Please check your Secretary of State's website, or you can go to ballotpedia.org. Some of you have been asking why I have not been talking about all the issues here on News in Motion. Well, I will tell you why. There's so many county and cities and townships that have their own issues in all the states that we have viewership over. There's no way I can find all of those things. And that's why I said, y'all want to invest and support so we can hire some more people. That would be great. We would love for you to do that. But there's so many that I could not give an educated answer and take the time to research each one. That's why we're always asking for News in Motion ambassadors. Now, that's volunteers around our viewership, our viewing area, to send in that type of information. And we're wanting you to join us as we're going into 2024 to let us know the senators, the people who are running for Senate, or for House or for local or whatever, so that we can talk about it and hopefully get some of those people on the show as well. Latrice Jones says we should definitely get a sample ballot and read the issue before going to vote. Absolutely. Yeah, you can get that sample ballot again by going to ballotpedia.org. Annette Jackson says, yes, those ads are so deceiving. They are so deceiving that they make me sick. It's like my stomach turns when I see them. I was like, that's not true. And so y'all understand for yourself. I cannot stress that enough. So y'all, ballotpedia.org. Now, again, and some of you have done this in 2020, some of you did it in 2022, and some of you did it this summer in Ohio for the vote we had in August. You cannot listen, listen, don't waste your vote. You cannot call me while you're there filling out your ballot. You can't, that's illegal. You cannot do that. Okay. So pull out your sample ballot. I'm making it so easy for you. Go to ballotpedia.org and write out your sample ballot. Print it out. You can take that in there, but you can't call people and say how you vote for this. They can say that your vote is canceled out. And they have every right to do that. So y'all, please don't do that. Don't do that. If you have questions before you go, ask those questions then. But don't call me or anybody else while you're in there about to vote. That's illegal, people. That's illegal. So print that out. All right, y'all. Representative George Santos survived the expulsion resolution vote in the House last evening. How? I don't know. Well, again, slim majority, so they need to keep him in there. Okay. Washington Post reports that the freshman Republican lawmaker pleaded not guilty to 23 federal counts in New York that include fraud, money laundering, falsifying records, and aggravated identity theft, which, allegedly he did all those things. People have been witnesses saying that he did those things. But anyway, the House Ethics Committee, whose investigation of George Santos, which he has 8 aliases, began in February, said Tuesday that it expects to announce the next steps in the investigation on or before November the 17th. They were actually shocked that the House Speaker, Mike Johnson, went ahead with a vote last evening, and people are questioning why they did that without having all their findings. So there's that. That's what's happening. Elizabeth said one thing you can do is to help an elder, help them understand their sample ballot so they know how they're voting. Thank you, Elizabeth. I agree with that. Um, my parents did not get all of the material in the mail, so I went to Ballotpedia and printed off a sample ballot for them and took it to them. But I had to go through and write down, they wanted to know who's an R and who's a D and who's an I. So I had to put that beside it. And then my other sister took material over so they could see it. Okay. Yes, 8 aliases, Elizabeth. 8. Absolutely 8. Marion says, I went after work on Tuesday and there wasn't a crowd. Good for you. So yeah. And then Deborah Johnson says she did it less than 15 seconds. You did that in Delaware County. Is that Delaware County? And you didn't take me with you? I'm just mad at you, Deb. All right, y'all. Donald Don Jr. Donald Don Jr., Donald Trump Jr., you are son of co-defendant and former President Donald Trump, testified yesterday in New York civil fraud trial. Now, he had it easy yesterday. So he'll get back on the stand today, and they're expecting it to get very interesting today. Very interesting. Now, here's the update of the schedule. Don Jr. will get back on the stand again today. Later today will be Eric Trump. They're expecting Eric Trump to come back on Friday. So Ivanka has been moved to Wednesday. The former guy will testify on Monday. So that's the current schedule. Is it too late to complete your absentee ballot? No, it's not too late, but it has to be postmarked by 3 p.m. This is Ohio. I'll make sure I make this very clear. Check your Secretary of State for your times. But for Ohio, I know this because I was looking it up for my parents. You have to have it postmarked by 3 p.m. on Monday, November the 6th, Latrice, by Monday. Now, if you requested a sample ballot in Ohio, all Ohioans listen to this. If you requested a sample ballot in Ohio, that's the only way you can vote. You cannot make the decision, oh, I'm going to show up now and just vote. No, that ain't happening. If you requested a sample ballot, not a sample ballot, if you requested an absentee ballot, you have to complete that absentee ballot or don't vote at all. So I just wanted to put that out there. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. Deborah's saying that she meant that she is that she assessed the ballotpedia.org in less than 15 seconds. Yes, that takes real quick. Okay, I was gonna be mad at you, but I love you, sis. All right, y'all. Roughly talking about y'all, the UAW has started something. Y'all, roughly 4,000 teachers in Portland, Oregon, began its first ever strike over class sizes, pay, and resources, canceling school for 45,000 students. Excuse me, that is happening right now in Portland, Oregon. Yeah. I'm like, everybody's like, pay me today, pay me. Y'all, and then Disney is now in full control of Hulu after purchasing the final 33% stake of the streamer from Comcast for 8.6 billion. Y'all, talk about people that got money. That's what I'm talking about. And that's why I'm so excited to keep saying, y'all don't want to hear me, but I'm going to tell you. And anybody who's ever attended any of my live conferences or webinars, and there's people on here will tell you that I don't play when it comes to doing things like that. Not at all. So y'all, again, it's not too late to join Manuscripts and Mimosas. It's not. And the person I got on there tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, Margot Starbuck, you want to hear from her. I'm telling you. So even if you were writing proposals for grants, or you're a content writer or a freelance writer or a blogger or an author, or maybe you're even dreaming about it, maybe you're even writing an essay paper, whatever it is, join Manuscripts and Mimosas. I'm going to tell you why I decided to launch this. First of all, I've been working on it for over a year. God had given me this vision a while ago. I didn't have a name until last year. So it's been about 14 months that I was working on it, praying and asking God what I was doing with it. Y'all, and it goes back to what I've been sharing for weeks about people and positioning your business, positioning whatever it is that you're doing. There's always a writing element to it. There's always a writing element to it. I was working on a project with Al Edmondson this week, and he asked me just something. I said, "Oh, you're stretching me. I haven't done that in a long time." But I pulled out the stuff I already knew, and we got that thing done, and we got that thing submitted before the deadline. More and more of us need to start collaborating and doing some things together. And it's going to take a writing element to do it. Listen, it's a monthly membership, it's an exclusive membership. And when I tell y'all, we got some serious people coming on Manuscripts and Mimosas, I'm shocked that people have said yes to me. Deborah Johnson says, do not sleep on Manuscripts and Mimosas. It is fire. I learned so much the first session. Listen, and it's a quick hour. And you're saying, well, that's in the middle of my lunch. Once a month, schedule your lunch for 11:30 or your brunch or your breakfast or whatever. We're talking once a month. And plus, you can catch the replay. The replay is available for 5 days after the actual session. But don't miss it. All I can say is don't miss it. You can't. I've even had people say to me, why is this so low? Because they feel like I'm competing against. I'm not competing against you because you're not offering what I'm offering. And that's the reason why I launched this. I launched it because I was so tired of not seeing a format for Black and brown people. Now, anybody's invited. Anybody, I don't care what your background is, anybody's invited. I was so tired of seeing marginalized people not get the platform that they deserved. I am so tired of the book banning and how the first books that are falling off the shelves are those of Black and brown voices, or those of voices who are not afraid to stand up and say what they want to say. Lori says, yes, collaboration will help everyone. I would love to collaborate. Amen. But that's why I started it. I started it to have a community of people to share. One lady from the VIP group submitted her chapter article to me, which I said that's a part of the VIP group that I would go through and analyze their manuscripts, one chapter each month. I sent that back to her. She sent me an email. She said, I had no idea that this is what I was joining. She said, no one has ever given me this much feedback or this much information. She says, I thank you, and I'm inviting some more people to join. There was another young lady I met with who's a part of the VIP group who has had a manuscript for over 3 years. She's been stuck on page 10, okay? Since that page 10 and since our meeting, because she's a VIP member, so we met for a few moments, she says she has written 3 more pages. That may not seem like a lot, but that's huge. She says she's now have her outline completed, even how she will begin to promote it and blog behind it. I had someone else who said, wow, I've been stuck on this grant proposal for 2 weeks. My 15 minutes with you as a VIP member has changed that. When I submitted it to my boss, she said, who helped you with this? And she said, well, no, it was the coach who helped me understand how to formalize and outline and put this together. Listen, I have more than 20 years background in this. So come and join us and hang out with us, okay? All right, real quick before we go, I want to talk about from organized to chaos. This blog, her name is Nicole. She's talking about holiday prep, and then we'll be out of here. Just hang with me for a moment. Holiday prep, y'all get this. These are just a few things that she suggests. She said, reflect on the past year so that you don't become overwhelmed with what's happening. She said, plan everything out, even if it's just for a small group of people, even if it's just for you, yourself, and what you're going to do, the parties or events you're going to attend or not attend. She said, set a budget. She said, set a budget. For the days are gone that you're just spending all this money. She said, take inventory of what you already have. She said, use this time now to find all the gifts you've hidden that you bought on sale during the year. She said, for holiday cards, she said, start your schedule, whatever you're going to do, however you're going to do it, have them stamped to drop in the mailbox the day before Thanksgiving. I think that's amazing. She also talked about home prep. She said declutter and organize, even with your kitchen. She said get ready for company if you're having company. She said create a holiday bucket list, which I thought was phenomenal. So I'll put all this in the chat as well. But she just gave some good things. She talked about holiday gift prep, the gifts, the prepping, the wrapping station, the if you're doing any type of holiday outfits, y'all. Kohl's don't give us any money, but I gotta tell you about this, y'all. Those Cuddle Duds pajamas, the family jammies from Kohl's, the most comfortable pajamas. And they're great holiday pajamas. And then, plan your menu. She said, do all of that the first 14 days of November. Again, I'll put this chat in there. Her name is Nicole, and she is absolutely fabulous. So I wanted to share that with you. All right, y'all, the inspirational message. Last week on Thursday, I said beginning this Monday, which was this past Monday, that we were going to go on a 30-day negativity fast. I said the life and death is in the power of the tongue, and we were not going to speak negatively at all. For those of you who joined us, so I just want to know in the chat how many of you joined us. And even if you messed up already, no big deal. Who's going to continue until November the 30th? I'm in the camp. I'm in the camp. So along with that, so I want to know that, but along with that, I want us to think of something new. Something new this holiday season. What's one new thing you're going to implement? Something new. What's going to be on a bucket list for you? Something new, something different. I want you to stretch yourself this holiday. Elizabeth says, I'm coming. I already know it's worth it. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'll see you then. Lori said, I did. Deborah Sneed said, I'm in. Deborah Johnson said, I did. Look, I'm in. I'm in. I even corrected myself one day. I was talking with my son and I went to go there and I was like, no, let me back up. Let me not say that. He said, well, I said, let me change the narrative of what I'm about to say. Y'all, it takes work to do that, but it's worth it because it's so easy. It's easily ingrained in us to give us this negative side. We'll bring it back around. Even with yesterday, I told y'all, I went on this sugar fast after my time of prayer. God was like, I need you to give up sugar for 21 days. I was like, what? And y'all, side note here, I got to confess to some of you what happened. So when I was praying and God told me that 21 days starting yesterday to give up sugar, yeah, I was thinking, oh, Jesus, you do know that Thanksgiving in my sweet potato pie and pound cake and lemon meringue pie and my caramel brulee latte, like what? But I got convicted yesterday. And the conviction came from, you've been asking me to help you with some things. I gave you an answer and you didn't like my answer. Don't you know I already know you well enough to know I could have said 30 days. I could have said 31 days. I could have said till the end of the year, but I said 21 days because I knew what was coming. See, y'all, that's the God that we serve. I just want to be honest. And it hit me yesterday. God knows me so well. He knew that I was going to be like, wait a minute, hold up. 21 days gave me enough time before the holidays. And believe you me, I know God knows what he's doing, okay? 21 days without sugar or the decrease of sugar will really change. I may not even want some of those things come Thanksgiving Day or after, because my body would have detoxed and flushed those things away. We have to trust God. So what's something new you're going to do this season? Let me see what some of you are saying. Elizabeth said, joined in the positivity movement. Marion says, I did. Deborah says, I'm visiting a few nursing homes to share some holiday joy. I like that. Yeah, we should go caroling in the nursing homes for real. If they let us, I don't know if they let us these days. Elizabeth says, I've had to change my narrative a couple of times. Thank you, Marion. She puts it in here. Stretch yourself for new things. And then Deborah Sneed said, God is so amazing. He is. All right, y'all, sign up for Manuscripts and Mimosas. Isaiah's going to pop that up one more time. Please join us for Manuscripts and Mimosas. Y'all, I'm telling you, it's going to be great. You're not going to be mad. And here's the other thing. You join, but you can cancel your automation, your monthly membership at any time. You can. So just join. Just join. Yeah, do something for yourself. Something you've been dreaming to do, right? And you're like, I don't know where to start. Just join it. All right. If you have not signed up for the Friday Rundown with Gail, do that. It comes out tomorrow, 8:25 a.m. Eastern time, 8:25 a.m. Eastern time. It comes out. Just go to GailDutley.com. A pop-up box will pop up. You just complete it, and you're saying yes to receiving that free electronic newsletter. All right, y'all, keep moving. Continuously make some bold moves, and remember to live your life in abundance. I am Gail Dudley, the host of News in Motion. I want to thank Isaiah for hanging out with me as well. Until Monday, y'all have a great weekend. We're out.
News in Motion.